I visited the best real estate markets around the US, and here's what I found. Today we're stopping at Columbus, Ohio. From the data, Columbus seemed like a great place to invest. The crime was not high and it was on a decline. The city was growing rapidly and the price to rent ratio was really good. The first night we got there, we met up with Marc Rice, who's an agent, wholesaler, investor, and Airbnb property manager in Columbus. First, we saw an 8-unit that was asking around $700,000. Some of the units were vacant, some of the units needed to work, but it could have rented for about $7,000 a month. Then we head over to a duplex that was asking $189,000, but could have rented for probably about $1,600 if it was fixed up, so not the best. The next morning, we met up with Marc and we went over to one of his duplexes. He got this duplex for $75,000. It's gonna cost about $110,000 worth of work and will probably have an ARV of $275,000. He plans on using this for an Airbnb so he can get a lot higher rent. That one had some amazing returns. Last property we saw was a single family home that was asking $189,000 right next to a college that probably could have rented for $1,500, so it needed to come down in price a little bit. Right after that, we interviewed Marc to get an inside scoop of what he thought of Columbus. So for someone who's never been on the ground here, what areas would you recommend and what areas would you not recommend?
It really comes down to the investor. I mean, if you're looking for lower returns but better neighborhoods, you want to be in some of those hotter downtown, short north type A-class neighborhoods. Rents will be comparable, but you're not going to find a 1% rule in those like A and B class. Some of the rougher neighborhoods, you can buy single families starting at $50K. You're going to have more headaches with tenants. You got to pay a property manager. I would say there's no war zone neighborhoods where I wouldn't feel comfortable in. If you're in the worst neighborhood, obviously your cash flow is going to be higher because it's related to risk.
All right, so what is the big economic driver behind the town? What brings people to Columbus?
So Ohio State's a big one. We have a lot of universities here as well. Chase Bank, Nationwide Children's, Wendy's is here. You have some good hospitals as well. Easy highway access for like trucking logistics. I think with any new investor, it's really about the team you have, the good investor-friendly agent, the property manager, the contractor, the lender. Like that core four is really important. The prices, where the market's at, how to find the deals, especially off market.
And just so everyone else knows, when I reached out to Marc, we got on the phone and then Marc basically had like this whole process ready. He sent me over every contact you would need in Columbus. He sent me over a whole map with descriptions of, okay, past this street is a C area, past this street's a B- area, which was super helpful. I did not get that in any of the other cities I went for. What's the best place for someone to contact you if they want to work with you in Columbus here?
I have Instagram, Marc Rice Real Estate, as well as I have an email, marc@reefco.com.
Thanks, Marc.
Absolutely, pleasure.
I highly recommend you work with Marc in Columbus. He's got an amazing team and such a great process for finding properties for out-of-state investors. His phone number and email is in the description. So here are my thoughts about investing in Columbus. Columbus was a pretty nice city. There was no place where I felt unsafe. Now, obviously there are worse parts of town and better parts of town, but for most part, no place was scary or a war zone. And now I have to admit, compared to the other cities, Columbus did not have as many 1% rural properties as Akron and Scranton did. But Columbus actually had appreciation, whereas the other cities might not. Columbus is growing rapidly, which is causing the home prices to go up significantly. So if you're looking for a place to invest with some cash flow and some appreciation, Columbus could be the market for you. Our next stop was Muncie, Indiana, and trust me, you're gonna wanna hit the subscribe button so you do not miss it.